My spider sense is tingling. What up, big kids? Here's my big review of the amazing Spider-Man movie, and it was amazing. That's it. Now, if that's it for the non-spoiler review, now if you want my full review, spoilers ahead, you've been warned. Okay, now, so it has been 10 years since the first Spider-Man movie that came out in 2002, directed by Sam Raimi and starring Tobey Maguire. Now we got a rebooted Spider-Man movie universe, whole new cast, new director, Mark Webb, who I know from 500 Days of Summer, as well as many music videos from AFI, my favorite band, My Chemical Romance, Green Day, as many others. I have to say he did an amazing job. I know I'm going to be saying that word a lot, but it's really, wow. I know I love the Sam Raimi trilogy, but also there's a lot of things that bother me. It bothered me that Tobey Maguire, which he did a good job for the most part, but like the way his Spider-Man was written, he was a little too whiny. He didn't like wisecrack that much. It seemed like it just didn't seem like the full-on Spider-Man, and yeah, and they really rectified this with this movie. Andrew Garfield, he is Spider-Man and Peter Parker. He looks the part, he sounds the part, he plays both parts really amazing. Wow, I mean, let's get down to the cast, because people are going to compare Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, and I'm sorry, but Andrew Garfield wins. Like I said, Tobey Maguire, it's not like anything against him, but his Spider-Man, and like with the writers, they wrote him too whiny too. They didn't have him like fun living. It seemed like he cried every other scene, or you know, everything. I mean, Peter Parker has a tough life, but man, it's just, oh, come on, you know. But yeah, Andrew Garfield, he played off like the wisecracks, all the, you know, like so many great wisecracks in the fight scenes he had. You know, even his wisecracks with Gwen Stacy, or Captain Stacy, or Uncle Ben and Aunt May, and everyone. It was just so great. He just nailed it, man, and I cannot wait to see him in the sequel. He did such a great job. He's like my age, like 28 or something, and he definitely looks like he's still in high school, which was so great. And Emma Stone, she was wonderful as Gwen Stacy. Totally had the part down. I think she was definitely better than Kirsten Dunst, as who played Mary Jane. No mention of Mary Jane, by the way. It was all just Gwen Stacy. And we know what happens to Gwen Stacy in the comics, and no, she's fine. She'll live to see another sequel. But yeah, she was wonderful. She really loves Peter Parker. She was a strong female, very smart, very courageous, written really well. Definitely not the Gwen Stacy in Spider-Man 3. The supporting cast, Rhys Evans as the Lizard. The Lizard was really cool. Better than I thought it was. Not as great as, say, well, I don't know. I mean, he's not my favorite Spider-Man villain, but I really do like him a lot. Like Rhys Evans played a really good Kurt Connors, and when he was the Lizard part, very scary, you know, they kind of did the whole Green Goblin thing where he was kind of like schizophrenic, or you know, his evil side playing with his good side, or even they did that with Dr. Ox. So they always seem to do that where like a villain has to talk to himself and have the good side versus bad side. Also mentioned Norman Osborn. Hope to see in the sequel, and I'll get to that in a bit. I gotta talk about Uncle Ben, Martin Sheen, perfect Uncle Ben. I love Martin Sheen, and they changed his death a little bit. Instead of being you know, like a burglar well, it is still a burglar, but it was changed just a little bit. You know, so I mean, Spider-Man's wrestling, him as a wrestler like he was in the first Spider-Man movie or in the comics, wasn't really acknowledged. They do have a little hint of it when he falls into a wrestling ring, which is very cool. But yeah, there's no Bonesaw. Rest in peace, Macho Man. Macho Man, Snap and Slim Jim. I miss him. But yeah, I mean, it was a really great you know, touching scene, and I think it was more realistic and more natural. And one thing, one little gripe of the film, there was no mention of like with great power comes great responsibility. It like implies it, but you know, I don't know. I mean, that to me, I know it's a reboot and we've seen it in another Spider-Man movie, but come on, I gotta hear that. But anyway, that's just a little minor comic gripe. But yeah, he really plays it good. He had some more scenes than like the other actor, and the actor who played the original Uncle Ben, who sadly died. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like Martin Chin was great, and Sally Field definitely like she really is more the ultimate anime, more younger, but and Sally Field definitely looks younger. She's not like Mary Parker. I mean, Mary whoever played the original anime. She's definitely. I mean that actress looked more like the traditional anime, but this Sally Field looks more younger, hipper, and more stronger. And I really like. I'd like to see more Aunt May, Peter Parker in the sequel. Yeah, and all the support cast. Dennis Leary was definitely Dennis Leary. Captain Stacy, very, you know, if you watch Rescue Me, very tough guy, but very sarcastic. And he comes around to when he discovers that Spider-Man is Peter Parker. And sadly, spoiler alert, he's the one that they show the funeral. We knew Uncle Ben was gonna die, but yeah, he sadly helps like tries to stop the lizard, and the lizard kills him. And yeah, so Captain Stacy, just like in comic side, but so one Stacy died, but not Gwen. So we'll see what happens in the sequels. But yeah, all the actors were so great. It's a little slow at first, but man, once it kicks up, like the action is just amazing. Everything, all the best action from all three Spider-Man films, times that by like 10. It's just off the wall. Spider-Man seemed more like the choreography and the stunt guys or the CGI, like it just, you can't tell what's CGI or what's real, because I mean it was just so seamless. It was so great. Whereas the first Spider-Man movie, you can definitely tell it's CGI at times. This one was so much better. And you know, for a lot of this with Lizard and Spider-Man, you have to use CGI. I understand that, but man, it looks so much better. And the 3D was, oh, I think this and Avengers definitely nailed it with the 3D. I think this one also was a little bit better in the 3D with the web thing in the first person view and that third person. I mean, it was just so awesome when Spider-Man, he has the construction workers helping with the cranes, and he's going there. It looks so freaking cool, and shooting the webs. And yeah, this movie you definitely need to see in 3D. It's so good. And yeah, the action is just top notch. I mean, they really did a great job. Even when this movie is kind of like the equivalent of Batman Begins. It's like a reboot. It's a little bit more darker and serious, but at the same time, Spider-Man and Peter Parker is wisecracking more. He jokes around, and that's what's so great. I love that because we needed that. This is how Spider-Man should have been done the first time. I absolutely love it. This movie is amazing. Like I said, and the after credit scene. We don't know for sure, but I really think that's Norman Osborn, and yes, Green Goblin, Gwen Stacy death, maybe, we'll see. But yeah, I mean, this movie rocked. Seriously, I mean, to me, I still love the Avengers a little bit more. Obviously, the Avengers is probably my favorite movie of all time now, but this is definitely beats my favorite Spider-Man movie. It's definitely better than Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 1, and definitely Spider-Man 3. After Spider-Man 3, you can only go up. So yeah. Andrew Garfield is Spider-Man. Mark Webb did an amazing job directing. Everyone did an amazing job. The action, the plot, everything's great. Even though, like I said, in the beginning it's a little bit slow, just like Batman Begins, a little bit slow. It really picks up, and it's just a fun ride. Really great. Even though we knew the Spider-Man's origin, the things they changed, it still will make fans happy and still stay true to Spider-Man. And I just absolutely love it. So I give the Amazing Spider-Man 5 out of 5. Here's Web in Your Eye. And if you think my shirt is amazing, check out riptapparel.com. They have more amazing shirts. So definitely go see The Amazing Spider-Man. And for more geek news, reviews, and more, check out bkbn.net. I'm Sean Long. Remember, celebrate your rhythm in a big way. Go to bkbn.net. Go to bkbn.net. Go to bkbn.net. I tell you to go down. You think Tobey Maguire's a better Spider-Man and you like the Sam Raimi movies better? Well,